We work 40, 50, 60 hours a week to earn a paycheck. And the moment that money hits our accounts, we spend it to upgrade our lifestyle, running faster and harder just to maintain our current position. This creates a cycle known as the hedonic treadmill. Earning more money often just resets our baseline for spending. We get a raise, we buy a nicer car or a larger house, and suddenly we require that higher income just to survive our new standard of living. High net worth individuals approach this differently. Instead of relying purely on a salary, they prioritize self-sustaining assets. They buy equity, real estate, and investments that generate cash flow, whether they are actively working or not. In 1953, Jaguar won the 24 Hours of Le Mans race using disc brakes, while their competitors relied on standard drum brakes. Stronger brakes seem like they would slow a car down. But that protection gave the drivers the control and efficiency they needed to carry more speed into the corners. To build long-term security, we can use ancient Stoic philosophy and structured time management to reorganize a modern household around the consistent creation of assets. A high income alone does not guarantee financial independence. True generational wealth is the result of how carefully that income is deployed and protected. Step 1 is regaining control over what we spend. The ancient Stoics understood that true wealth consists of having few wants, rather than possessing great things. To apply this, you need to look at your bank statement objectively. This means reviewing your monthly expenses without tying those purchases to your ego, your self-worth, or your social status. This diagram illustrates the Stoic filter. We take our central paycheck and force it through a strict decision tree. On one side, we fund essential household needs and income-generating assets. On the other side, we catch the fleeting, status-driven luxuries. The immediate goal here is to identify those red liabilities and shut them off. By canceling these expenses, we reroute those funds entirely into the green asset side, creating a pool of recovered cash. The point where most people fail is right here. They begin negotiating with themselves, justifying expensive habits simply to keep up with their peers. Seneca warned directly against this. He taught that measuring your own life by the riches of others will consistently destroy your peace of mind. Practicing Stoic frugality is not about depriving your family of joy. It is a tactical move to eliminate financial stress and secure the upfront capital you need for long-term investing. Step 2 is deploying that capital. But first, we have to defeat lifestyle creep, the invisible force that absorbs your new capital by silently increasing your spending whenever your income goes up. The core behavioral rule to combat this is simple. When you get a pay raise, pretend you didn't. Modern consumer culture fights against this rule using equated monthly installments and buy now, pay later schemes. These focus your attention entirely on the monthly outflow, hiding the total cost of ownership and draining your cash. Consider the math. If you had bought this Royal Enfield motorcycle 30 years ago on credit, you purchased a depreciating asset. If you had invested that exact same capital into the equity of the company that manufactured it, you would have secured massive compounding returns. This interface demonstrates the solution: automation. You must set up a recurring auto transfer that moves your recovered cash directly into an investment fund the day after payday. Removing human choice ensures that your investment accounts are funded before your lifestyle can expand. Automation builds a system where saving happens by default, regardless of your willpower in the moment. Step 3 moves us from managing capital to managing your schedule. Time is your only truly non-renewable asset. To build wealth, you need a severe shift in mindset. Average earners will gladly trade hours of their time to save a few dollars. Wealthy individuals will aggressively trade their money to buy back their time. The execution step requires you to block your calendar. You need to create a non-negotiable, recurring 2-hour window dedicated entirely to asset creation, like researching a real estate market or building a side business. The primary failure point here is confusing busy time with actual asset creation. Checking emails, scrolling social media, and passive consumption do not count. If you do not strictly control your calendar by design, the demands and priorities of everyone else will dictate your life by default. Step 4 is training the next generation. Statistically, 90% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the third generation because of a lack of early preparation. Successful families treat formal education as a toolbox, but they require their kids to learn systems, customer service, and accountability inside someone else's business first. The parent's action step is to help their child launch a simple service or online resale venture. This proves to the child that income can be generated independently, rather than just earned through a fixed salary. Parents often make the mistake of treating a kid's business like a cute hobby. Instead, it must be treated as rigorous financial training. This spreadsheet shows how to track the mechanics of that training. We establish a basic ledger for a simple sneaker resale business, explicitly calculating the revenue, the costs, and the resulting profit. Parents must sit down and review these specific numbers with their kids. This connects the raw profit to a reinvestment strategy, teaching them how operating costs impact their bottom line. Viewing money as a strategic tool helps children analyze mistakes without shame. This practical experience builds the discernment and emotional steadiness required to protect and grow assets later in life. By putting these pieces together, you rewire the household entirely. You establish stoic simplicity, automated investments, protected time blocks, and entrepreneurial capability for your kids. The author Mark Twain noted that history never repeats itself, but it does often rhyme. These ancient, disciplined principles are the exact mechanical structures required to survive modern economic volatility. Start with step 1 today. Complete a stoic audit of your bank statement, find the leaks, and automate your first $50 directly into a cash-flowing asset. A lasting generational legacy relies on the internal discipline and the operational systems you build into your household today, providing your family with the tools to manage what they eventually inherit.